A for men is acceptance. If you're going to marry a man, learn to accept him. Accept him even before you change him. If he feels you accept him, he's more open to correction. But if you want to confront him, his defense will be up. Men fight for everything they have. Men are warriors. So the best way to change a man is not to confront him. If you confront him, he's going to fight you. He's used to fighting. He's a fighter by nature. So when you confront him, he sees you as an enemy and he will fight you. If you want to change him, come by his side, accept him, be an ally, be his friend by his side. His ear is here, he will hear you. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? But unfortunately for women like confrontation. Because by nature, women like face-to-face communication. Men like side-by-side communication. That's how men hear. Women like face-to-face communication. So women like to confront. If something's happening, women want to talk about it now. Let's talk about it. And that's one of the things men hate the most, when your wife or woman says, we need to talk. Women like face-to-face. They did an experiment one time. They got a room, threw chairs, scattered the chairs in the room. They threw women into the room. Women, by instinct, arranged the chairs face-to-face and began to talk to themselves. They scattered the room again, threw only men in the room. All the men arranged the chairs side by side. Because men don't like face-to-face. Face-to-face means war. Side by side is the only way friends talk amongst men. That's why all the chairs in a bar are on one side, facing one side. It's a stool, everybody's facing here. That's how men talk. But women like face-to-face. So for when women now marry, they want to talk to their husband, they want to confront him. When you confront him, he has no choice because he's a warrior, he's a fighter by nature. He's going to fight you. If you want to influence him, accept him, come by his side and talk into his ear. If you want to change your husband, anything he's doing, first accept him. If he's the kind of guy that eats and he makes loud noise, don't come and say, you're foolish, you kind of bushman are you? No, instead tell him that, honey, I like the way you enjoy your food. I like the way you enjoy food. That's why I like cooking for you. You say, thank you. As he's happy and eating, you're not telling him that, but you know when we go out, you can't eat like this. People will just think you're a bushman. So it's not good. You see, if he's dropping like that, he has seen you as a supporter. He will accept anything you say. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? But resist the temptation to confront. Men are warriors. This is why it confuses women. Because women like play fight. You know play fight? Do you know love fight? We are fighting, but we are in love. We are fighting, but we're not really fighting. You know men don't know how to do love fights. For men, it's either fight or love. So when you confront him, you know most times women have tried to, hey, you're carrying your face, I'm not talking to you. And your mind, you think he will chase you. You're not talking to him, he will go and wear his championship belt for malice. That this malice for the next 3 years, won't talk. You see that the man will take it too far. Because he's not used to play fights, he's not used to love fights. It's women that understand love fights. That we are fighting, but we are seeing men don't understand it. We are fighters and warriors. We fight for everything we have. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? Most men fight for everything they have. So they are used to fighting. So the worst thing you can do as a woman is to now be another fighter in a man's life. On that battle. When he goes to fight the battle of life, he should not come home and come and start fighting you again. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? Very important. All right. On that one is R, letter R. So we taught the women that for men, R means respect. Men like respect. You can get a man to do anything if you respect him. Very, very, very important. All right. So there's a woman in the Bible I call the unforgettable woman. Her name is Abigail. The Bible said David was coming to kill her family. She intercepted David on the way. In one conversation, she knelt down to talk to David, and she called David Lord 10 times in one conversation. David was so moved by her, was so moved. She knew how to talk to David. She didn't appeal to his emotions, she appealed to his logic. If you're talking to a man as a woman, don't appeal to his emotions, appeal to his logic. She didn't come and tell David, hey, if you kill me, if you kill my family, I will be a widow. My children will be an orphan. That won't impress David. Instead, she spoke to David's logic. She said, if you come and kill this man, you will stay in your hand. You know you are going to be king. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? She knew how to talk to a man. So she respected David. David had never been that respected before. In fact, David was so impressed by the amount of respect that David began to follow her on Instagram. David began to follow her on Instagram. And the moment she posted, rest in peace, for her husband, David slid into her DM and quickly went to marry her. Because he had never been respected by a woman like that. He was so impressed by how respectful she was. You can get a man to do anything if you are respectful. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? Men do everything they do for respect. Men do everything. That's why you see men do dangerous things. It's for bragging rights. It's to say, I'm the bad man. I'm a strong man. Men do everything they do for respect. So if you're a woman, you must mark the R word. If you're going to love your husband, then give him large doses of respect. Even when he's not behaving respectfully, still give respect. You can change him faster by respecting him than by disrespecting him. Because in the world of women, when somebody does something wrong, you need to tell them the way it is. That's how women, that's the women girls' code. You talk and say your mind. If you are married to a man, that will not work. Because he will start associating you with disrespect. He will start associating you with stress. And he will run from you. So even if you want to correct him, you must still do it respectfully. And then we did the R for men. We coached them about women. R for women is romance. Women like romance. Are you here, somebody? Women like romance. So we broke this book in alphabetical order. You need to understand, a woman has, she lives in a fantasy world. She has the unusual ability to see beyond the physical reality. Men are more practical. And most men think you women are too, you believe in fantasy. Your job as a man is not to bring her back to reality. Your job is to fulfill her fantasy. Are you here, somebody? That's why women like proposal. You bring the ring. You need her. Men say, what does all this thing? See, stop arguing, Oga. Your job is to fulfill her fantasy, not to try to bring her to reality. So men try to be too real. Look, men and women are different. Women like romance. Everything about a woman from beginning, she's developing emotionally faster than a man. This is why averagely it takes a man about 5 years in marriage to start becoming a good husband. About 5 years. The first 5 years, the man is still learning. He doesn't know anything about romance. He doesn't know anything about emotions. Because from childhood, when a girl is young, see what she's playing with. She's playing with doll. She's playing with she's having human interaction. She's playing with the doll, making dresses for the doll, making the doll's hair. She's talking to the doll. If you see girls when they play with it, they're talking to, come have your bath. It's time to eat. She's developing emotionally because she's interacting with another being. She's playing with a house. She's playing with pot and pan. Everything that has to do with people and welfare and life. So she's developing emotionally. Her counterpart boy, at that age, he's playing with gun. No emotional development whatsoever. Gun has to do with killing people. You see, he's not developing. Then after gun, he'll play ball. Ball has to do with competing with other people. So there's no emotional development. So by the time they are both in their 20s and they want to get married, the lady is way more emotionally developed. She understands romance. She understands love. See all the movies and cartoons the girl is watching. Cinderella, Rapunzel, Beauty and the Beast. All this. So she's watching romance. The boy is watching war. And Spider-Man and Superman. You see? No emotional development. So it takes the average husband 5 years to start learning what it means to live with a woman and to understand a woman. Averagely 5 years. Except of course, you start attending programs like this when you're a single man. So you can learn faster. With a good coach. Because I see Reverend Elvis videos that he preaches on marriage a lot. I see those videos. So with a good coach like that, with a good pastor like that, with a good church like this, as a man, you can now start developing on time. But if you just leave the average man, it takes about 5 years in the marriage. He doesn't know anything about woman, about how a woman thinks. So women like romance. Don't come and say, this is how I am. I'm just like this. When you get married, you won't stay like this. Are you getting what I'm saying? That's what makes marriages fail. When you insist that you want to stay like this. When you marry, you become who you need to be. You won't stay who you are. You become who you need to be. So women like romance. And romance is not hard. Romance is doing the simple things in a special way. The normal simple things you will do, make it special. Put some effort. Women like to know you are thinking about them. You can't be too lazy to put in the effort. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? So you want to buy your wife or girlfriend or fiancé a perfume. Don't just carry her to the shop and say, pick any perfume here you want. Nah, that's too old school. As a sharp guy that you are, find out the kind of fragrances she likes. If you can't find out the one she likes, buy any latest fragrance. Women like anything that is new in town. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? They like new in town. So find out the new fragrance that is raining. Buy it for her. Wrap it. Not in camouflage color. Something nice. Wrap it, then hide it somewhere. It's the same perfume. On that guy will just go and buy it and drop and say, see the perfume, I bought it finally, now start spraying it. The same perfume. Romance is doing these simple things in a what? Special way. It's the same simple thing you're going to do, but you make it special. Make a big deal of that perfume you want to buy. So buy it, wrap it, and don't just drop it. Go and hide it. Hide it in a house, hide it in a car, hide it in the kitchen, hide it somewhere. And one day she'll be doing something in the kitchen, doing something in a car, and she will see something that is wrapped. So, what's this? And there will be a note, a small post-it note on it, that I know you will find it the way I found you. It's there. You see, when you do that, she will be more interested in you than in the perfume. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? So it's not about perfume. So you need to understand, going the extra mile, doing the simple things in a what? Special way. You and your wife or fiancé are walking, hold her hand. It doesn't cost anything. Because many men think romance is about money. It's not about money. It's about toughness. Hold her hand. Someone say, no, Pastor, I don't like to hold her. I want to swing my hand. Are you a soldier? Where were you when they were joining people, when they were joining army? He said, I want to be swinging my hand. You're not a soldier. So you need to understand that romance is doing the simple things in a what? Special way. All right? That's what women remember. Women like memories. So you need to create memories out of everything. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? Create memories. Simple things in a special way. I remember when my wife went to give birth in America to one of our kids, and I took them to America to settle down because they're going to stay there a few months to give birth and all that. And she was like, are you going to come back before we give birth? I said, no, I'm busy with ministry. I'm not going to make it back. Now, I knew I was going to come back. But you see, you can't just make your coming back boring. So men, when you're coming back, you're not calling, hey, cook for me, I'm coming next week. Oh. No. Even Jesus, his second coming till now, he has not given us date. Is somebody get? That's how to make it happen. You must make an entrance. You can't make your second coming very ordinary. Surprise. Women like surprise. See, if you know how what goes on in a woman's mind is so full. You must constantly create positive drama in her mind. If you don't create positive drama in her mind, she will create negative drama for you. But drama must happen. So you create positive drama. Create positive excitement. Women like to be excited, surprised. Is somebody getting what I'm saying? So I told her, no, I won't be able to come back. Oh, I'm busy with the ministry. But I plan to come back. So a few weeks after, when I was going to go back, I just called her on Sunday after church. I said, I'm going riding, because I ride motorcycles, the big ones. So I'm going riding with my guys, so I won't have time to pick your call. In case you can't reach me, I'm riding motorcycles. Okay, no problem. I was riding motorcycle. I jumped on a plane, flew to America, got them to take her out of the house. And I entered the house and sat in the parlor. And when she came back, she opened the door. I said, who is this? And I stayed for about a week or so, and she kept touching me throughout to be sure it's really me. So, is it really you? Instead of just calling her head, I'm coming next week. Oh, no. The ordinary thing you're already planning to do, just do it in a what? Special way. It's not about money. I remember the first time I bought my wife a phone. We were still in a relationship then. We were in courtship then. And her phone was bad. So I wanted to change the phone. But I didn't have money. So I couldn't buy her a brand new phone. I couldn't even buy her a fairly used phone. I could only buy an unfairly used phone. You know those phones that you buy the phone separate, you buy the charger separate? Even the phone itself, many of the numbers have peeled off. You can't even see what you're pressing. That's what I could afford. See, women don't like money as much as you think. What they like is the care, the thoughtfulness. That's what they value. That's what they value. So, you must know what women really want. That care is important, that you show that you care. So I couldn't buy a brand new phone. I couldn't buy a fairly used phone. I could only buy an unfairly used phone. Very old phone, but it was working. I bought it, but I didn't just come and break it and say, please manage this one, things are not level now. See, as a man, don't ever talk to your wife like that. Don't ever talk to your woman like that. Don't tell her manage us, things are bad. No, she can see. She can see you don't have money. She can see things are bad. That's not what she wants to hear. She wants to hear that things will be better. So when you come, talk about how things are going to be better. Don't talk about where things are. She can see where things are. Don't reinforce the negative. They can only argue with you about your present. If I say I'm going to be a millionaire soon or in the future, you can't argue now. We have not reached future. Can't you wait for us to reach future first? You can only argue with my status today because we're on ground. So talk about your future. When I met my wife, I didn't have anything, but I used to tell her, I'll fly you around the world business class. That's what I used to tell her. And today it has happened.